You see, anybody that lacks any sense of consciousness would ignore social movements. That is the problem with Nigerian leadership. You cannot have a country in which there are 251 tribes or languages, and one big section says, we are not satisfied with here. And you don't talk to them, you don't understand them. Then you are not a leader of that country. The reason I met him was to understand first what his struggle was about, which I knew already. And secondly, to also advise him on the way that I think we could all work together. And thirdly, to send a message to the Nigerian people that we can walk through our differences, even at these levels. And I was surprised that, contrary to what some people are saying, he did not want Nigeria to break up. He wanted a Nigeria where the Igbo man can survive. But for an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break.
Wait, the meeting you had with Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
You are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu, from what you understand from the meeting with him, he does not want Nigeria to break, to divide.
No, he said clearly that it is too late for Nigeria to come together. But he gave his conditions. We live streamed the meeting now. It's online.
Okay.
And part of it was live streamed. Some of them were private. But he said that he feels that if Nigeria were to respect certain protocols, including a referendum inserted in the constitution, and he still says it even now in court, that if he's released, he will go back and end the bloodshedding. The bloodshedding is in that part, and that a conversation can. He says that in every court appearance, that he's being held is not helping the opportunity to have a conversation about whatever it is, the unity you are begging for. But you see, Nigeria has a problem, and I've always said Nigeria has an Igbo problem. And I'm not saying it to please people who are known as Igbos. But the moment they decided to take the action they took in 1967 to 1970, the war, Nigeria, having won that war in their eyes, never forgave the Igbos. That is the reality. And if I were to be president of Nigeria today, the first thing I would do is to head to the Southeast and apologize to them for the war. Part of it is that I'd never participated in it. And I cannot continue to fight a war that I did not engage in. And then ask them, what do we want?
So are you saying that the federal government has, till like even before successive governments, they've always had this anger against the Igbos?
There is a secret memo, I don't know where it is located in government, that whenever we want to take charge in this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise, they will overrun. It's a well-known fact. Even our parents, tell us, Igbo. You understand? Some of them even say unconsciously. They even say it on radio shows in this country. So don't let us lie to ourselves, because except we bring this out openly and discuss, is a taboo that we have refused to discuss.
True.
We are not going to solve the problem. It is the reason why the federal government of Nigeria feels that in 2024, detaining Nnamdi Kanu against all the court orders, against all the court rulings, is the only way to go. You know, I was detained in the DSS place for 5 months.
Yes.
There is nothing there to detain anybody. For the place is not even functioning. The DSS headquarters. Yes, is it the same DSS people who are watching BB Nigeria from morning till night? No, it's true now. I was there with them for 5 months. I've said this publicly. So all the institutions in this country are broken down. But let's get back to a reality. One thing I've told people is that you are looking at Igbos as the only people who want to secede. But who in this country today has not mentally seceded from Nigeria? Mentally seceded. Who has not left? Except those who are trapped. If anybody in this country is working in a bank and he has 10 million naira and somebody say you can get into Canada, he will leave the next day.
I swear.
Is that not secession? What does secession is that you leave a country, you say to that country goodbye,
and not do it.
You get to the other country, you bow down, you touch the soil, and then you renounce your citizenship of the country you are coming from. Is that not what they call secession? So, if you want to look at the number of people that have seceded in that Japa syndrome, there are more than all the Igbos combined together who are asking to leave. And in the process of keeping Nigeria united, we have let go of more citizens than the country should have. Yes.
So you think if they had, because I mean, from the last thing you said now, say in the process of trying to keep Nigeria united,
yes,
we have let go of more citizens than we should have.
Of course.
So if we had allowed for the division or secession of Nigeria, most of our citizens that are outside would not have been outside.
No, you see, it is not the secession I'm talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
It is what led to the war that we did not address.
Okay.
And what happened after the war. Why is it that Nigeria hasn't been able to overcome the Biafran problem? It's because Nigeria never addressed what the Biafrans were asking for before the war.
What were they asking?
They were asking for to be treated not as second-class citizens in this country. Don't you know what happened, the called pogrom in this country, where people were slaughtered and their bodies and their heads placed inside the train going down south? Yes, from the mid, you know, the different parts of the north. Are we ignoring that? So
that happened
before the war.
Before the war, that's what they call pogrom. You know, people who were settled, doing well, they were slaughtering them and sending their bodies and their heads inside calabash and sending on trains that was heading east.
Were they Easterners?
They were Easterners. Why are you asking me? It's there in, go and Google it now. So you expect that will happen, and then there was a war that eviscerated 3 million people.
Wow.
And when the war was over, you just say, oh, nobody was vanquished, nobody was victorious. And then
3 hours.
But you still kept a memo and said, don't trust them.
Collect people money,
yes,
give them 20 pounds.
And then you took their properties. Ojukwu did not get back JAMB until 1992. Now his father's house, that is known as JAMB headquarters here in Ikoyi. It was after he came back from Ivory Coast. It was Babangida, I think, that gave him back their property. So any country that is perpetually carrying out systemic injustice against will lose more citizens than they should have. The reason why countries that are work is because citizens believe in their country. And you cannot force that belief. It has to come through social justice.
True.
It has to come through economic justice. Why is it that, you know, my children can feel like they're US citizens, even though they were born there? It's because before they let you take them out of the hospital, they must take all their immunity,
everything,
injections. You know, you cannot put them at home and not go back to the doctor to go and complete it. And when it's time for school, they cannot be out of school for 2 days. And you'll be saying that, no, I want Shikira to go and be selling pure water. He will go to jail. So, and then when it's time for them to go to college, there is loan, there is grant, you know.
You are talking fast.
Hello, good about SC viewers. This is Satellite Media. Mr. Lawrence, let's look at what is coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile, Simon Ekpa, saying that they have reached the final stage of the struggle. And this is a man who has said that this December they will be declaring the sovereign state of Biafra, holding in Finland. Let us get your reaction.
Yeah, what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is saying, he may be right or not right. I use the two language because we are human beings. If you look at Finland, before Finland get independent, they mentioned pronunciation several times to reach the mandate. Now, if you watch for Biafra, you already mentioned Biafra many years. Maybe this December 2nd can be the right thing. But if you want what is going on in the Biafra land and what is going on in Nigeria, you see that what this man said is truth. Because Nigerians is going sink daily basis. Whether the politician, the masses, the security, everything is going down. That's why I say what the man said, if you check it the other side, it's right. And then now, check in the southeast. People that control the land in the southeast is people in the diasporas. It's not in Nigeria. Yeah. A whole governors will stay in your state. Somebody from another country or another nation will give order. The governors, the police, and the military, all of them will do what you will obey what is the person in outside country said. You see that what this man said is truth. And what is going on in Nigeria now? Look at now, in how many months now and few months now remain this year end. Now he is the president of Nigeria. So Paul Bianca. Are you getting me? And there's some position now, post is given in Biafrans in the own government. And you know that this what cannot happen in this current president. You see that our people say water don pass garri. You know that something is wrong somewhere. Whatever Samaneka said, you see that is the reality. In Southeast now, look at 2 days sit at home, Monday and Tuesday. The day the government workers supposed to go to work and do whatever they want to do. One person say all the whole Southeast, the 5 states on Southeast to do what? Sit at home. The governors, all of them do obey. Listen what the man said. You see that Biafra issue is already very close than the way we see it before. And the government, they are seeing the truth. Look at Nigeria here, insecurity everywhere. North, southeast, west, insecurity. You will see that what the Samaneka said, our prime minister said is, to me, I will not say for others, to me is the reality, it's truth.
Okay, now let us look at what is coming from Obasanjo. Obasanjo is saying that people should not say because the Igbos fought civil war and they wanted to secede from Nigeria, as a result they will not give them presidencies. After all, the Hausas in the past said they wanted to leave Nigeria when they said Araba.
Listen, Obasanjo is an elderly man, but our people say that if an elderly man misbehave, he wouldn't kata. He used basket cover.
Maybe you didn't get what I said. Obasanjo is saying they should give Igbo president.
No, I want to turn that message to him back. You understand what he said? Use basket and cover your face and tell the elderly man, listen, Obasanjo knew very well that Igbo man cannot test power for Nigeria as a president. He himself is among all the people and said that Igbo man cannot be Nigeria president.
When did he say that?
Listen, when Obasanjo is a president of Nigeria, Obasanjo is among all the people want to bring Igbo man hands down. I can tell you how Obasanjo did it. Number one, he started with custom. And you know that people that control economic of Nigeria is the Igbos. He's a businessman. And bring those people and use tax oppose the business we are doing. Well, that's what make food is expensive in Nigeria. Why Obasanjo, when he's a president of Nigeria, Obasanjo have the opportunity to allow Igbo man to be a president? What is Obasanjo did? He bring Yaradua to be a Nigeria president. The Igbo man is not exist that time.
Obasanjo is a Southerner and Southeast, the Igbos are Southerners. Obasanjo as a Southerner cannot finish 8 years and Igbo man will go there. I also have to come before Igbo man.
Obasanjo is a West. Since how many years Hausa and Hausa is ruling Nigeria? Obasanjo. The reason why the Fulanis handle power to Obasanjo, they knew that Obasanjo would return power to them. And after everything, this didn't happen. Why Obasanjo, when you want to come out to change law, he can rule three tenor. That's what caused Obasanjo with what his name? Atiku problem. Why Obasanjo don't use that opportunity to allow Igbo man to be a president? Now he said that Igbo man. Did Obasanjo didn't stay when Peter Obi come out as a president? Did the Peter Obi didn't win? Why Obasanjo didn't back Peter Obi to the last as elderly man? When Tulumbu is going to Imo State, as he like Igbo man, why Obasanjo follow Tulumbu to go Imo State? And the person he support, he claims he support fully. Later, because of where they do politics, no country that didn't rig election. But for elderly man, why you didn't stand on your feet? I said, this my son, I must follow him, go anywhere he want to go. And he guide this guy and tell how they play politics in Nigeria. That the same Obasanjo is the person that swear that Jonathan cannot go second tenor. What did Jonathan did to Obasanjo? Because selfish interest. Now he's come outside and said that because you know when Igbo man is going, you know that Igbo man is already almost reaching destination. No, he wants to draw Igbo man back again to give na Igbo man a president. It can't happen again. We don't need in advice. Let you own your advice. We are already grow well. The son of Ojukus, the son of our fathers, they are fought for Nigeria. Their children already grow. We know good and the bad. We know where we want to face. Even though tomorrow, if Nigeria, unfortunately, give Igbo man a president is not what we are looking for again. We need to have our own independence. The Igbo man cannot be a president. Highest 16 years. After 16 years, Nigeria will still go back for square one. We don't need it. We need a government. We need the government to still continue to in people, to values in people. And the people will come outside in the morning and say, God bless so nation. As Americans that are doing it, you will say American citizens, they will come outside, they will say, God bless America. Because of what? Their presidents, they do it, they value their peoples, they value their commoners. Are you getting? Look at Israel. Israel is fighting war for how many years? Now, if the enemies come, you will see how Israel value their people. When enemies come, what do Israel do? Israel go open the ground, their citizens will enter. Are you getting me? Let Obasanjo forget Igbo man or no Igbo man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. Thank you very much.